Hello, my beautiful collective. Welcome or welcome back. I should be saying that to myself. It's been a minute. I took a break. I went on vacation. I am full, satisfied, rested, and feeling good. So, apologies that I didn't give you guys a heads up or a warning. It was a lot of things were happening before I left and I couldn't really get to it. Then, of course, when you're on vacation, there's no real downtime. Well, I make sure that there's not very much downtime when I'm on vacation. So, we have another beautiful pick a card. Well, you're going to be picking a deck, as you can see here. And today's reading is going to be a cycle has ended. Now what? So we're going to look into exactly what that cycle might have been for you, what has ended, what you're moving into, with certain variations on how the situation could play out. Obviously, certain things that you've learned, some guidance at the end, of course. So my beautiful collective, we have for pile 1, the Hush Tarot. For pile 2, we have the Pulp Tarot. And pile 3, we have the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. So my loves, take a second, see what your deck is calling to you, and I'll see you at your choice. Okay, welcome my beautiful collective of pile 1. As you can see, your cards are already spread out. And we are going to start with this card over here, which is going to be your past cycle. This is presently, your past cycle where it's presently leading you, where it has presently led you, and then your current energy, what you're currently experiencing within this change of cycle, this cycle that has ended. Let's figure out what that past cycle has been for you. We have the Captain. It says, taking command, teamwork. And presently you have the Astronomer, discovery and augury. So my loves, it feels like the past cycle that has ended for you is possibly going at things alone. And that might have been the way that you handle things in your past, that you prefer to do tasks on your own, either because of the way things were done or not done. And the Astronomer talks about like the lessons from your past are no longer going to be useful for the version of you that you're stepping into. So it's that taking command and teamwork. It's knowing now that you don't have to go at things alone. You're learning to better connect, better reach out, to create or to cultivate better relationships or friendships. And this is the discovery of you. It's a new territory. You're going beyond what your past self had done, which I feel the emphasis more specifically because of the Captain card. It's about taking command naturally and how you are using and aiding the energies around you to no longer feel that you have to do things by yourself or it has to be a specific way all of the time. Or just finding people who are within your right frequency and vibration that make you feel like there's an equal and reciprocal relationship to responsibility. Amazing. Okay. Let's see what your current energy is, what you're currently experiencing. You have the Botanist. Interesting. Parenthood and legacy. Okay, so most obvious, it could be for some of you, my viewers, that you have become first-time parents, or doesn't necessarily have to be first-time parents, but understanding something about nurturing or developing or a community to help one. I'm getting it takes a village to raise a child. Like that's the energy that I'm feeling right now. And there is a more of a comfortability, or you're stepping into that comfortability of asking for help, of voicing what needs you have to help, let's say, nurture this beautiful seed, so to speak, to its full potential. It's also a feeling of what you're wanting to create for yourself in the future, period. So regardless of parenthood, this is talking about blossoming, growing, nurturing, developing, creating. I'm also getting a feeling of like smells and scents and aromas and aromatherapy. I just heard apothecary. That's interesting. Okay, let's see what else we have that you're currently experiencing. Excuse me, Nine of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups. Oh, and you have two cards. You have Strength and the Page of Swords. I really do feel like for you, Pawan, it's about asking for help, about asking for when you need things. Because again, what you're currently experiencing with this botanist, this possible parenthood, or whatever it is that you're creating or trying to create, you've been doing a lot of it on your own. A lot of it with that Nine of Pentacles, that my single, sexy, confident card, self-sufficient, reliable. But this Ace of Cups here, again, there's an offering to bring something into you, to water these beautiful plants, so to speak. And I think what Spirit is emphasizing is you are learning, gaining that strength to be able to ask and speak up for what it is that you need, for your needs and desires. It's very clear for you guys, Pal One. So that cycle of you doing things alone, or feeling like you can only do things alone, or feeling lonely, that there's nobody to help you, is a part of the cycle that's ending. However, it's also part of your mentality that has shifted, that you're not looking at it in that way as if there is nobody to help. It's almost like, I just need to ask. And a no doesn't take away from anything, because I'm already fully capable of doing it on my own, even though I need some help. So even if you do get a no, there's no harm in that, because you're already fully capable of. But don't get jaded by the past no's that you've had, or when you actually wanted and needed help and nobody was there to help you. There's a strength that you have developed from that past experience, that past version of yourself, that's no longer, again, needed for your future version. Interesting. Okay, let's get into the prep before the new start begins. Okay, so you have something you're good at. They're asking you to get good at asking for what you want. That's what they're specifically saying for this, like the prep that you're gonna need before the start. You need to get really good at asking and being clear and decisive about what your needs are, emotional and mental and physical and material, whatever it is. But there's something about you needing to let go of some of that material, or the way that you had been approaching it with the me, I can do it, and allowing for others to help. This is interesting. Let's see what tarot came out with it. You have the Eight of Wands. And the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, like I said, like talking about an equal or reciprocal sense of responsibility. Like that's what I'm feeling here. There's a speed at something there's a speed at which something that you do, that you're really, really good at. And I feel partially that you haven't found somebody that either matches your speed or matches your energy when it comes to, I don't know, the productivity, or I don't know, the clarity or precision, or whatever it may be that you do good at. And now you're finding somebody that matches you at your speed, your level, your energy, your responsibility, your passion for it, you know? And it feels that the more that you embrace asking for what you want or what you need, the more of those energies will come in for this help, to support, to help, to nurture, to ground, to give. So what I feel Spirit's saying here, what you need to prep here is the speed in which you expect some things to happen. There's some patience that's needed. It's also telling me that you have already spent enough time perfecting certain things. So please be patient with people who are not at your level or your expertise. Yeah, they're telling me that you've been the captain of the ship for so long that it's hard for you to be sometimes the team player. And I think this is what you're shifting out of, that particular cycle. That's beautiful. Amazing. Let's see what you're stepping into then. We're using, this is the Fashion Oracle. Sorry, this was the Citadel deck, and this is a self-care package oracle. So you have David Bailey, and he says, keep it simple, stupid. Everyone looks great in black and white. Focus on what you love. I love women and they love fashion. Excuse me. So what I feel that you're stepping into here is, again, keep it simple, stupid. Like quite literally, something you're good at. Just allow some of the space. Allow some other people to take responsibility. Allow people to come in and help you. Allow some people to catch up also. Everyone looks good in black and white. There's an interesting energy about this, saying that it's almost like your perspective. It's like, yeah, everything might look good in black and white, but as soon as you color in the details, people fall off or they don't understand. There's something about that you're not looking for an outdated version or an uninspired, unpassionate collaborator. You know, you want somebody who's colorful, light, that will light you up, that will invigorate you and as well as the responsibilities, work, tasks, nurturing, etc. that you want to enforce or embody. And then focus on what you love, something that you're good at, which is what we've already talked about. And I already can tell that you're a very natural leader. I just feel now Spirit is saying, can you use your leadership abilities to step back and let the students take the lead? There's something about that in here too, partially for some. But again, the main energy for you guys, my pal one, it's about you being able to clearly ask for what you want and desire. Amazing. Let's see the variations and how this situation or this new cycle could play out. Variation 1. We have the Hierophant. So traditional, very rule-based. It could be, again, you maybe not letting go of some of that control. It could be too rule-based. I don't know if I just said that, but I guess if I said it twice, then there's an emphasis on that. They're asking, I'm feeling that they're asking you to break down some of these barriers, break down some of these rules, allow some sort of freedom, again, to release the leadership or the control, let's say, in this particular area, which is what you're doing. But again, this is a variation, right? That you could still end up being a little too attached to a way of things being done. So be mindful of that. And then you have the Pilgrim. Yeah, opportunities and growth. There is an opportunity for growth. But again, when I read Pilgrim, it was like, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily old, but it feels like an old word, right? And this pilgrimage, technically, even though we can still go on pilgrimages individually, etc., there is this opportunity for you to grow out of this way of doing. You know, this pilgrimage away from the extra disciplined, overly focused, can be overly religious or overly, I want to say secular or dogmatic. So there will be an opportunity for growth. It's just a matter of how you choose to approach it. That's variation 1. Let's see variation 2. You have the Moon. Beauty. I just heard emotional vulnerability. Will you be able to confront that? So they're either asking for two things, for you to either step into that feminine energy and be more receptive and still, and or are you able to see and address your own shadows or own, let's say, qualms or hiccups about how you need control or need to have things done a certain way or want things done a particular way. Then we have the aspirant. Ambition, diligence, and setbacks. So again, same energy that I'm feeling here, my love. It's like there is an ability for you to shift this way of being. Again, there's a lot of the masculine energy of the doing, like I was saying, the leader, not, taking command, etc. And this moon energy is asking you to step into this feminine energy as a variation, to find ambition from this force, the soft and gentle, the diligence as in patience when it comes to possible setbacks because of the speed of which certain things are done are not to your speed or liking for that matter. But there's an offering almost here of forgiveness in a sense to self and to others. I just heard diligently step back and watch. Yeah, that's difficult for you to do. Interesting. That's variation 2. Let's see variation 3. You got 2 cards for this bad boy. You have Justice and the Page of Pentacles. Lovely. I'm feeling, will you have the courage to step back into the novice role, even though you're not a novice? That's a variation. You can find some justice and balance if you almost appear to be, this is like a bad choice of words, like appear to be their equal. It's not like you're not their equal, that's not what I'm getting at, but because of the fact of your dominance in your energy and in your leadership abilities, there is always going to feel this hierarchy when it comes to people who work for or under or around you. That there is a sense of justice, righteousness that needs to be adhered to and practiced and followed with that Hierophant. And the Page here, on top of that, it's like, will you be able to slow down your approach to this, to become the novice again in some regard when it comes to delegating, dealing with, reorganizing, revamping? I just keep hearing, are you willing and ready to step back? That's interesting. And maybe the step back too, especially for parenthood coming up, like you might have to leave responsibilities because of the fact that you're going to have to do like a maternity or paternity leave, like whatever that might be for you. So are you going to be stressing out about who's handling the work while you're off? Trying to care and nurture for a baby? Again, relinquish the responsibility, my love. You're already good at that. You can read people, you know people well, you know who works well, but there is an essence of let go of it for a bit, like let go. Okay, and then we have the Alchemist. Beautiful. It says balance, invention, and destruction. There you go. Exactly right. The balance that you need within this dynamic right now, especially with Justice here and the Six of Pentacles over here. The invention, like I was talking about, intention, the same weight of responsibility, the equal reciprocation of effort, the invention of ideas and creativity, the passion that's one's needed, and the destruction of the old way, the destruction of can you step back? They keep saying that, are you willing to step back? And they're not just talking about physically, like emotionally, micromanaging things, like step back. It's interesting. Oh my goodness, I didn't even flip these 2 cards over here. Wow, I was so involved. Okay, what you're stepping into. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. I can't believe I missed that. 5 of Cups in the reverse. Wow, ball one. That was trippy. Like they just disappeared from my eyes. It's so nuts. Okay, 5 of Cups, and you have the 4 of Cups. What you're stepping into, hey? Obviously letting go of the disappointment from whatever may have made you or made you choose to proceed and act in a certain way with this captain energy. Nothing wrong with it. There's the catalyst for some of the shifts in the past cycle. This 4 of Cups here is this boredom and discontentment. And I think that what you're stepping into, again, like, can you step away? Can you let go? Can you pause? There is this need for you to step back. And I think that this is sort of what you're resisting, that you might feel bored, or again, a possible fear that things won't get done the way that you like them to get done. A certain sort of reputation and caliber that's expected from you or your company or your work or etc. You know, like you're slightly afraid that you might. Wow. Okay, so what I just heard, this is not for everybody, sensitivity warning for some, that you might not be happy with the motherhood role or the expected motherhood role, you know, or the traditional mother role. I don't know why I heard mother specifically, but that's what I heard. So that is for some of you guys. And I don't think that there's anything to be shameful of or feel shame for. I think there might be also an emphasis to almost give back to yourself, or in a way that's going to make you enjoy this time that you have to yourself. And they're bringing me back to the David's line of, I love women and they love fashion. There's something about you dressing for the phase and stage that you are in your life right now, to adorn yourself beautifully, to feel beautiful in some regard, because you do have time now to give to yourself in a different way that you couldn't before. I just heard the legacy has already been started. That's interesting. I want to get one more card for what you're heading into, 𝗀1. This one. Oh, okay, 2 came out. We have the 10 of Wands in the reverse. And the 4 of Swords in the reverse. I really like this 4 of Swords. So my lovely, this is exactly what I'm feeling, like letting go of the burden, like not wanting to rest. Like there's something about, like, again, there's this energy of like, I want to do something, I'm bored, there's this discontent with wherever you're at. And whatever that may entail here is, I think there's almost like a feeling of needing to feel busy to feel productive, or feeling overwhelmed. There's like a sense of you liking that pressure, you know? So maybe there's a different way that you can create a healthier pressure in you when it comes to where spirit wants you to put your energy, which is on this botanist, or what you're currently experiencing, this parenthood legacy, this nurturing, this blossoming, this creating. Wonderful. Let me take a moment quickly, 𝗀1. Let me just take all of this in. Yeah, I think spirit is clear, like said what they needed to say. Like there's just an energy, like I said, to step back. Are you able to rejig some of the rigidity or the structure that had been established while you were in leadership or in that leadership role? There's a sense of stepping back, stepping down. It doesn't feel like stepping down. It just feels like temporarily. Like that's what it feels like. It's a temporary position. That's why I feel this parenthood could be applicable to a lot of people here, or an addition in some way to their environment, world, life, etc. That could literally be an animal too. So you use this as it fits. Okay, my beautiful collective 𝗀1, let's get your closing messages. I hope that part was at least as clear and as helpful as it can be based on the cards that have come out. So we're looking for some words of wisdom throughout this energy to close it off. First one we got is time to play. Yeah, no duh. Like again, like this boredom, this time, like it's time for you to release some of that, my lovelies. And then it says turn around. Oh, on the 6 of, oh, there's something about your past too. It's like reinvigorating or reigniting something that you had done in your past that allowed you this like playtime, this joy, this recreational, leisurely energy of feeling content, doing small things, creative things. And then it says, don't lose sight of this truth. You came here to evolve and grow. So it is necessary to experience the difficult times. That's when you will grow the most. There is always light at the end of a dark tunnel. Yeah, so like, again, it's almost like turn around and look at the things that you've accomplished. And because of that, you can play now. Like, go and play now. Like, stop refusing to go and play. Like, that's what it's like. It's almost like that bookworm that doesn't like to go outside. It's like, but I want to study. No, no, no. You need this downtime. You need to go out and play. You need to go outside. You need to experience something different and let go of some of these things. I don't know why that song came into my head. Maybe this is always the song that comes up with this card. I don't know who sings it. It's an old song. Turn around, even a little bit closer, something, something, something. That song. Turn around. That's what I keep hearing. And then the chorus, you know. And I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. Whatever it goes on, I'm just hearing that. So whatever that is, it's like there is an energy that's here to help, like I keep saying. And like I don't know how to fully word this, but there is definitely something about you need time to play. Don't lose sight of that truth, period. Okay, your next guidance or words of wisdom. A body scan. Well, how fitting if you are preggers. Right? So maybe that ultrasound body scan, but I also think this is a spiritual body scan to be more specific. But regardless, it can apply in all ways possible. But I think, yeah, it's just taking a deeper look at where it is that your energy is, where your focus, where your emotions are, how much emphasis you're putting on certain things, how much time you actually give to yourself. Think about what inspires you. Do you like feeling overly busy or almost at the edge of, you know, needing that pressure to get things done? Not sure. But it feels like this body scan is more like a spiritual body scan. And then for some, that definitely could be like an actual physical health thing, or like I said, an ultrasound, etc. Then we have alone time is needed, like we've been saying. But that alone time here is like to yourself to step back, you know? And then the journey wasn't the smoothest or the most pleasant lately, but everything is coming together. Your patience, strength, and perseverance will soon be rewarded. The wait is almost over. Hold on. Like I said, there's like a temporary situation. That's what I'm feeling. It's very temporary. But right now, Spirit's like, you need this time to yourself. Please do not rush out of that. Do not rush out of that. Okay, and last but not least, my beautiful pile ones. A hand to the heart. Yeah, patience, breath, meditation, chill. Chill, pile one, chill. Today, freaking put your hand to your heart and chill, my lovelies. It is time for you to nurture the self. Then it says, if you find yourself constantly seeing reoccurring numbers or words, it's a sign that you are being supported, cared for, and divinely protected by the universe. Beautiful things are about to happen to you. Freaking A, yes, they are about to happen to you, my lovely. So embrace the end of this cycle. Allow it to let go of it. You don't need it anymore. It's not going to help you moving forward in your future or your future self. Give some of that responsibility. Trust in the people that you have, and know that Spirit's got you. Oh my goodness, my pile one, my beautiful collective. I hope that was helpful and letting you know what's now. Now what? What's next after this cycle is ended? I'm sending you so much love. Please keep watching your lives, and until next time, ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pile twos. All right, my loves, let's figure out now what. The cycle has ended. We're starting over here, which is going to give us the area or the cycle that has ended, your past energy, your present energy, and then we're going to figure out what you're currently experiencing. So we're going to start right here. We have the runaway. It says secrets running from problems. And the sentinel, determination and certainty. I feel for you, my beautiful collective of pile two, that the cycle that's ending for you is quite literally this, of you avoiding situations or problems or confrontations. You no longer are running away from certain things and or from yourself. There's a strength in your own autonomy and in your own personal truth. There's a certainty within your focus, hence the determination. And it feels like this cycle of you not, or being somewhat avoidant, or maybe not feeling strong or confident enough to face certain things, that cycle for you is done. I've got really lightheaded as I started your pile 2. I'm not sure if they're letting me know, like, there's a sense of like being deprived of oxygen in some way. Like, this is the metaphor that they're giving me, but like there's a feeling of like you being able to breathe now. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay, my loves, what you're going through, what you're currently experiencing. We have the Poet. It says relationships and vulnerability. So, my love, it also can be about, I feel like it's encompassing. I feel that there's currently what you're experiencing, based on what I'm feeling here, is there might be a like love on the brain or love's on the horizon. Allowing yourself to finally feel vulnerable, a nicer connections in general. Yeah, there is this feeling of like escaping something or leaving something behind. And right now it feels, even if you're not experiencing like relationship or love in that respect, there is like love for what you're going to be able to experience, or what the energy feels like around you. It's like there's a clarity on what you want now, and you can see it more clearly. So that sets you, or puts you in this beautiful vibrational energy. That's what I'm feeling. I'm not explaining this well, but let's see what else we got. We have the 5 of Cups. The 8 of Swords in the reverse. And you got 2 cards. You have the Moon and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, like it really does feel like that. Like you're leaving behind all of the sorrow, the past hurts, the secrets, the problems. You're not running away from the feeling anymore. Like you're able, because the cycle that's ended, like you're able to confront, to the determination, to the certainty to step forward, and leave this behind. That, again, no longer in your head, able to leave behind mentally and physically, I feel, for you to allow yourself to be emotionally vulnerable, which is this vulnerability here, for the next relationships to enter your life. It feels like it's already a part of your life right now. It really does, or it's very close to coming in. It's like you're finally being able to be loved right, is the feeling I'm getting. All right, I like that for you, Pile 2, my Pulp Tarot group. So this side over here is going to let us know the prep you need to do before the new start officially begins. All right, we have something new. It feels like you're in something new. Absolutely. It could be something else entirely, but this already feels like, again, stepping away from something, stepping into something new that's here for you. It's a beautiful relationship. It does feel that way. Then you have the 5 of Swords and Strength. Yeah, it's just a reminder, like, this is not going to be a repeat, of what you had to step away from or what you had to endure in your past. Believe that this something new is much, much better and much more balanced and harmonious for you, for your spirit, for your development, for the exchange of love. It won't be the same. It won't. I like that for you, though. Okay. So the prep that you need for you, my Pile 2s here, is to embrace this something new, to not allow your mind to make you go back into the overthinking or into petty arguments or to self-sabotage yourself. to stand strong in your certainty and determination for this new start, for this new beginning. Just stay strong. You're making the right choice, is what I just heard. Amazing. Let's see what you're stepping into. We have Irving Penn. He says, art is in the everyday. Style is how you hold yourself, not who you wear. Look beyond the face. They show the world and see the soul. Woo. So my lovely, there's so many things on this. There's like about an appreciation and loveliness or love of your environment, like I was feeling, and the sense of beauty. Again, that breath of fresh air. And there's something about carrying yourself with pride, you know, as a, not necessarily when it comes to brands and stuff, but that can also be a thing too, that there was something about keeping up with appearances here in the past energies. And then this look beyond the face, they show the world and see the soul. That's the energy that I feel that you're really stepping into, you know, is like the recognition of this, to being able to determine and know exactly what it is that you want, you know, moving forward, being able to see the soul, something new, something you haven't experienced before. Abso-freaking-lutely. Oh yeah, Three of Swords in the reverse. Healing from the heartache, the headache, the hurt, the past unsuccessful dynamics. Oh, it's great. And then we have the World. Beautiful. So my lovely, what you're heading into is something pretty amazing. You know, being able to heal from past hurts and starting a whole new adventure, or literally a whole new cycle for you that is going to be so blatantly different from what you'd come from the energies that you were experiencing, from the type of everyday living even. It's just different. And it's so much more wholesome, you know? Oh, it's so good. Okay, so this next part over here is going to let us know 3 different variations on how this could play out, obviously all dependent on you. So let's see what the first variation is. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So my love, I think still fitting for this variation here. It's like continuing to plan, to invest, to wait for the right opportunities, for the right moments, to not be hyperactive in any regard, too fast or too slow, or resisting, you know, to allow the flow and the timing. And then you have the Tailor. Yeah, attention to detail and pride. We talked about that before. This is what I mean, like the patience that's needed, and, you know, the work that's the fine-tuning the details within this, which is what this patience is. It's exactly being very clear about what you want, still as you're continuing to strengthen your determination and your fortitude. Beautiful for variation number 1. Let's see variation number 2. We have the 4 of Wands. Awesome. So this stability, this celebration I'm really feeling, especially with this deck here, and a sense of home. Again, they just said the imagined, the pictured version of home in your mind and in your heart, like what that embodies for you, that laughter, that joy, the colors, the environment, the actual space. I'm seeing an actual home. But yeah, like there's an interesting feeling when it comes to the variations on how this could play out. And for you, I've only done pile 1, but for you, it almost feels like a progression. And the other piles felt like 3 separate possibilities. It still can feel that way with this card coming up, but as of right now, it's feeling like there's sort of like a progression here. And the Cartographer, speaking about the world, a new adventure, a crossroads, exploration, right? Same thing, like something that's completely new that you're heading into. And I really do feel like this is a progression for you. Pile 2. I love this. Exploring something completely new, which, as we talked about, this crossroads of making that decision to step out of the head and really, I guess to some degree, run away, but it's more like run towards is what I'm getting. What it is that you're seeking, having that determination and clarity and that strength to move into that, healing that past energy. Oh, that's so good. That's so good, 𝗏𝗏. Okay, let's see if this is a variation or continuation. Then we have, ooh, Queen of Wands, a variation in the reverse. There's something about material possessions that they're bringing up with this Queen of Wands in reverse. Because I said something about like keeping up with appearances, right? I'm pretty sure I said something along those lines. There's something about that energy of when I was talking about too, like life will be different, or like the environment will be different, and I said maybe about brand names and all that stuff. There's a tie-in with this energy of the Queen of Wands in reverse, you know, of somewhat, I don't know how to word this, like there a possibility of you missing certain things and thinking that this isn't good enough or I want more. Ooh, I don't know if that's quite the right thing, but there's something about that. Like, again, these are variations, right? Depending on you and how you choose to use this. This doesn't have to be your option. You get me? Like, but this is, they're going to let you know. So I really do feel like there's something about this, this energy that can be perceived as not genuine, you know, in the approach or what it is that you might be seeking from the dynamic or relationships. If you allow yourself to be too standoffish or too, I almost want to say forthcoming, that it might be somewhat of a turn off or an indicator or red flag for the other energy. That's a very strange feeling I'm getting from this, and I got all dizzy again. Talk about being intoxicated by something, you know? That's interesting. And then we have the Smith. Overthinking, taking action. Yeah, look, I mean, that's self-sabotage, you know, and you being too forthcoming, you being the aggressor in a certain sense, overthinking how to take control of a scenario. Maybe things are moving too slow, you know, like it's just, there's something about that. Just go with the flow and patience. Pay attention to detail, know exactly what you're stepping into and what it is you want to experience. And again, back to this, like, look beyond the face, they show the world and see the soul. And that's within you too. That's a variation. So my lovely collective of 𝗏𝗏, those are the 3 variations on how this new cycle could be playing out for you. But however, you are stepping into something that's really lovely, I feel, and something that's better suited for you on a much more deep core and visceral level. So let's get some words of wisdom to close off your reading, my beauties. So our first one is a mindful moment. I think, again, it's coming back to this patience energy for you. They're asking you to be really mindful about, again, clarity on what you want exactly. And also to pause, because if there feels like there's something good here, but you might overlook it because you're not used to it, or you doubt it in some way, again, because you've just not been used to it. There's a feeling about that in here for sure. Then we have, I haven't told you the whole truth. Yeah, there's something about this. It's very interesting. I think Spirit's asking you to truly be honest. Like, be honest with your fears. Be honest with what you're wanting to feel and express. Be honest with what scares you in this dynamic. Be mindful of what's coming from you, what's hurting from your past, what you might still be healing, what you're afraid of in this new cycle. I feel like this person's open and won't use this against you. Yeah. Okay, then it says, I'll just read it to you. In your journey, there will be times where you feel lost, confused, lonely, and angry. These are times of transition. You won't feel those emotions forever. You are transitioning to a better, stronger version of yourself. Shed away those unneeded layers and keep growing. Yeah, shed away those unneeded layers and keep growing. It's exactly what they want you for you, my love. And I think this is what this confusion is. It's like, I'm just so not used to this. I don't know how or if I can actually trust this, or is this for real? Like, this must be a joke. There's some sort of, secret layer that I'm missing. I think Spirit's saying, please don't doubt that. Like, don't doubt. This doesn't feel like that kind of energy. It feels like you haven't told the whole truth. I don't feel like they haven't told you the whole truth. And this they is this new energy, not whatever past energy you had been dealing with prior. Next, a bodywork session. So we have here a mindful moment in a bodywork session. Again, this is like stepping and coming back into the self. Not overthinking, but trying to sit and feel what it is that you actually want. What's the clarity? What clarity do you find, excuse me? What details have you discovered? And it might be time just for you to rest and relax, for you to actually legitimately get a massage, like just to chill for a bit and let yourself sort of reset, which is that mindful moment too. Then we have surrender. Yeah. Surrender. That's exactly all of this. It's surrender. There's nothing more to say. Then it says, what is meant for you won't pass you by. You will never have to force something that is truly meant to be. Trust in the perfection of divine timing and allow your life to unfold as it should. Whatever comes, let come. Whatever goes, let it go. Absolutely. Surrender. Surrender, my love. Feel this new cycle. Truly believe in it and just surrender. Amazing. Let's get your last message here. A feelings inventory. Yeah, your whole thing, your whole words of wisdom energy is all about that. It's about a mindful moment, a bodywork session, a feelings inventory. It's like step back into self, that feminine receptivity and that stillness within. Take stock of where you're at, what you're experiencing. And again, like I was saying, like just tell this person or these energies what you might be afraid of. And I feel that it will be received well, it will be understood if you surrender to that vulnerability of the dynamic of this relationship that you can have. Then it says retreat. Yep, a feelings inventory. Can you see this here again? Retreat into that feelings, like I was saying, just relax, let go, surrender, a mindful moment, all of this here. It's like after all this exhaustion, maybe that was that feeling of like finally being able to breathe, like there is a strong emphasis on that. So please take that retreat in and allow yourself to do that feelings inventory for yourself, to know exactly where you're sitting and where you're standing, so that you can have some even more clarity and determination to step forward and step into this new explorative new cycle, this new energy, this new love possibly for some, and to be able to step back into receiving love. Then it says, you are safe, you are protected, the worst is behind you, yes, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that were set for you. Beautiful. Lessons have been learned. It is safe for you to trust your path. Oh, that's so perfect to end for you. So perfect to end for you. It is safe now to trust your path, my love. And I can feel that that's what this hesitation was here. Like, I don't know if I can trust this because I can't have more of the same. It's too much for me. Like, I can't. Oh, yes, my lovely. This is really good. I like the way this ended for you. I'm understanding this particular cycle of yours, but no, the cycle is done. Now what? This is now what? You're stepping into something really magnificent and beautiful. They understand that you might like toggle back and forth every once in a while within yourself and emotionally and in your mind. But as they said, the Three of Swords in the reverse, you're already healing all of this stuff. You're ready for this new session, this new bodywork session, this new mindful moment, this something new. Surrender to it, my lovely, and tell the whole truth to yourself and to whomever might be involved. All my beautiful collective, I hope that was helpful in giving you some insight into what might be coming next for you. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, please keep modeling your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful collective of Pile 3. So, the intuitive night goddess tarot, we are starting over here when it comes to the cycle is ended and now what? This is a past energies, which is about the past cycle that you're ending, the present energies, and what you currently may be experiencing. So, my loves, let's get started. So, for past energies, you have the Archer, and it says, biding your time, planning ahead. And present, the Magician, excuse me, the Musician, inspiration, gratitude. What I feel the cycle for you that's ended, it's quite literally about waiting. It's almost as if it's your turn now. That's what I'm getting, and I'm just getting a sense of grateful for the opportunity. That's the phrase I just heard. But there is this sense of that you had been biding your time, or you'd been waiting it out, or going through, like I'm hearing, the trenches just for you to be able to make it out at this point, for you to do what you need, you know? There's something that you sacrificed or suffered through for you to be able to step into this new phase that you're about to. And I feel like presently you are in this like inspired and grateful energy, and creative, specifically a very creative energy, or again, just motivated and inspired. It can be that specifically. That's pretty awesome. So the cycle that you're stepping out of, or what's next, or what's done for you, is about waiting. There's no more waiting now. It's your turn. Get it? Let's see what you might be currently feeling or currently experiencing. We have the Founder. Foundations and community. That seems pretty fitting. You know, like I said, finally being given the opportunity to do something. There's something about that. You've been working at something, again, building a stronger foundation, maybe possibly even a community-based sort of foundation. But there is something about legacy and creating something from the ground up, specifically. Again, there's a lot of hard work, discipline, time. Again, a lot of time that was spent, and I'm just feeling like it's finally my turn. Freaking A. Like, that's what I feel. I feel like I can relate to you guys, Pile 3, like straight up. Woo! Okay, let's see what else. The Star, I love it. With the Six of Pentacles. Ooh, that was scary. And the Ten of Wands in the reverse. I love it. What you're currently experiencing, for me, feels like a glow up. It feels like an equaling. It feels like a balancing of. It's like bringing the scales back to balance. The things have been out of balance for you, my friend. And it feels like in every aspect, again, that foundation of what made you feel safe, whether that have been money, career, love, all of the above, you know, like there was something that you had to like freaking, I'm feeling like pull your freaking way out of, you know, like, oh man, I'm feeling it for you. I'm just probably really resonating with this also, but I can see it very clearly, you know. I hate when I say that, you know, it does bother me. I'm trying to edit myself. Okay. So what I feel that you are possibly, based on these cards, currently feeling or currently experiencing is new opportunities, almost gifts or things being handed to or put in your lap. Like I said, a balancing out. It's a give back for you because of the hard work that you went through, because of the burden that you carried, because you held it so graciously, because you didn't complain a lot, you know, like you just kept fighting through it. And if you were complaining, it was just to yourself. It wasn't like people didn't really know the extent of what was going on for you or with you, or that is still going on for you. But the new cycle, my lovely, is something that I feel is like, it's like riding the wave. Like the wave has started and you are like at the very beginning of this climax of good and fortuitous things to step into your life. And I'm hearing fall into your life. Woo. Okay. I just heard all deserved, however. It's not just like sporadic gifts. This is like karmic earned. Karma earned is what I'm feeling, or what I'm hearing, excuse me. Okay. Okay, wow. Pile 3. So this area over here is going to be the prep that you need to do before the actual start begins. Let's see. A small fix or repair. Interesting. That can be in any area of your life. It could be a car. It could be your mindset. It could be your home. It could be your resume. You know, like it could be a multitude of things. But there's a feeling here, just a small little tweak, and then everything's gravy. Let's see if these cards let us know what area that might be. 3 of Swords. Ooh. It's in the heart with the mind. Okay. Your approach to certain things. There's a feeling of, I'm giggling because I feel like there's a sense of like, just don't be jaded moving forward. Like, there's a feeling of smarts here, of being so smart or so attuned that there's like somewhat possibly of like a little barrier that you might invisibly put up to propel naivety. Wow, that's so funny. So I think they're just wanting you to readjust how you are possibly speaking to yourself, to other energies that might feel similar to past energies that have bothered or hurt you. Interesting. And then we have the 9 of Cups with the Warrior of Wands, which is the Knight, if I'm not mistaken, in the reverse. There's something about you really being clear on a past hurt, and you not, it's almost like you not feeling bad for feeling hurt. You know, like there was something, I feel that it was almost like a wish fulfillment that didn't materialize in your past. And it's like, that's a part of what had to bring you back down to reformat this foundation. You know, so I feel like the small fix or repair is already kind of occurring in one aspect, and the other, it's within you to be like, really just be aware. It's not even aware because you're fully aware. I think it's just really be mindful of how you might be allowing this feeling to possibly trickle into the present occasionally. That's the bottom line, occasionally. Because there is a feeling of you don't have to rush into your wish, into this wish fulfillment, because it does feel like you'll get there and you won't have this sort of like repeat of untrustworthy energy approaching you. It's just that I still feel like you're still hurt from something in your past that hasn't fully been fixed or repaired. And I'm not entirely sure if this feeling, or this repairing is more specifically on your end or your doing. Sorry. So I'm gonna get an extra card on this 3 of Swords. And we have the Spirit of Cups. And I'm pretty sure that this is the Queen, but I will double check. I always forget with this deck. In the reverse. Yeah, like you're almost, there's a feeling of you wanting forgiveness. You want an apology. You want there to be forgiveness and understanding in something that had hurt you in the past. And it's something that you poured a lot of yourself into, poured a lot of love into in particular, and time. The Spirit is the King. Apologies. The King of Cups. So yeah, exactly. There's like an emotional maturity that was not reached, or an understanding that was not spoken. Everything was just very deeply felt. Ooh. There is some sort of bond between the two of you. And I do feel like there was an interference. They're giving me the phrase like somebody else tried to drink from your cup, like it wasn't meant for them, and they drank from yours, drank from theirs, or something like that. It's almost like the wrong person drank the love potion. Like that's kind of the feeling I'm getting when it comes to the energy that you may have dealt with in the past. I don't know why I just brought it to a love specific, but there's something about that energy in here. Anyways, regardless, there's something that you're wanting to heal from in your past specifically. And you're wanting some sort of an apology so that you can repair and just move on amicably, you know? And to, again, satisfy yourself to make your own wish come true. I don't know if it's with them or with another, but there is something that's lingering here. So the prep that you still need to do still has a little bit of focus on a past energy for you. Interesting. Let's see what you're stepping into, pile 3. Carly Kloss. She says, catwalks and coding, the new American dream. You don't need a label, you need a smile. Stand tall, inside and out. That's exactly right, my love. It's like creating a new dream for yourself. That's what we talked about, like having to rebuild, having to step out of something. And again, not, having to put on a show or to pretend like you are better off than you are. It's not that you were doing that before, but you were just going at things in the way that you knew how, and creating and not stopping, not allowing the circumstance to halt you as best as you could. You kept pushing forward is what I'm feeling here, and which led you into the stand tall inside and out. And I think you have been doing that, my lovely. I think, but even more so, that you're going to be able to stand even taller. I don't know if they keep bringing me back to this energy. I don't know why I'm being pulled here. Like I literally feel like my energy is being sucked here. So there's something about this here that, inside and out, that no matter what happens in this scenario here, that you have already acquired the skills, the strength, the know-how, and the will to be able to do exactly what you want to do and find what you need to find for your life. Let's see what else. Yeah, meditation we have here with the Hanged Man and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, it's almost like slowing down, like the pace slows down in a sense of this having to fight energy, like they again finally being given the opportunity to sort of like reap the benefits of past works. It's your like harvest phase, quite literally. That's what you're stepping into, a harvest phase. It's a perfect way to put it for you guys, both 3. And it's freaking lovely. And you're in this, again, full gratitude and appreciation, this inspirational energy, this healing energy, this star quality energy, quite literally. That's freaking beautiful. I love that. So, my lovely collective of pile 3, the cycle that's ending is you waiting and biding your time for something good to happen in your life, and not something small and not just one thing. Like this is the beginning of the snowball, like I said, beginning of that wave. And you're at the very tip of it, the very beginning of it, about waiting for it, not even waiting, enjoying the ride as it climaxes is what I'm saying. Trying to say, I should say. Okay, let's continue, and we're going to find out. These 3 cards over here are going to let us into 3 variations on how this could play out, of course, depending on your energy and what you choose to do with what you find out. So, first variation we have is the High Priestess in the reverse. I heard spilling of knowledge, being seen. Again, underneath that star, it's like you are letting all of your gifts be shown now, or been giving the opportunity to allow this part of you to shine again, or more brightly, or it's just been a hell of a long time, and it's like I'm finally catching this ride, this wave. The Chiromancer, oh man, that's perfect. Delivering news, collaborations. Yeah, I feel that, like, again, like that spiritual knowledge, that psychic energy, that intuitive, that knowing, that spilling the tea, that kind of stuff, delivering news. And also receiving news is what I'm getting. Collaborative energies, that you might be collaborating with a lot of people coming up in any sense, private businesses or new jobs or new environments, new work. Again, there's this foundation of community that you're building that's much stronger right now. And it has a lot to do with where your spiritual energy is vibrating at currently, for sure. Amazeballs. Okay, let's see what your second variation is. The Mystic in reverse, which is the Hierophant. Holy heavy hitters here, my friends. Which is the unconventional, the unstructured, the knowledge within old and new ideologies. Quite literally the mystic, you know? So for me, it feels like there's all these paths are about a higher set of spiritual teachings and standings within self and within how you go about your life moving forward. And I feel that this is going to be very unconventional about how you do it or how you gain some of the stardom. It's not going to be the traditional way. It's not going to feel like it just happened overnight. But it's this slow, beautiful, gradual process of this climax is what I'm feeling, and it's starting now. The Assassin, look at this. Ruthless conviction. I'm telling you, like it's I said, like the end of the conventional or the traditional or the structured. There's something very cutthroat about that energy. Like, I'm done with this way of doing things. You're not going to expect the way, or nobody's going to be able to predict the way that this is happening for me. And it's because of my convictions that I allowed myself to fight through it and to not succumb to the, I don't know, let's say the beliefs or the ideologies of what was around or what was happening in your life that made you have to sort of go back to ground zero, you know? Wow, I really like this. And for you, it feels, each one, variation-wise, it feels that I think these are just layers, you know, for you. I think these are all considered like one. Pal 1 was like 3 very separate variations. Pal 2 was like a progression and then one variation. And for you guys, it feels like there's this stack on like, this is what's going on internally for you. This is why, you know, the deeper spiritual levels of it, how that transmutes into the material on this layer here is this mystic in the reverse, which is the Hierophant in the reverse with the Assassin. It's like cutting out that convention ruthlessly, you know, and approaching it in the way that you deem fit for you. No more waiting and biding your time. It's your turn. You know, so that's that next layer. Let's see how this plays out for the next variation. Woo, look at this. All major arcana and then Temperance. I'm hearing that balance between appetite and will, the alchemy. And again, back to this equilibrium thing again here. Okay, they're telling me when this is the reason why it feels layered. They're telling me this, the High Priestess and the Mystic for me here is almost like when I talked about like the old with the new, like that's what this feels like. These are old teachings with new experiences or with new perceptions or perspectives or new understandings or new, let's say, formulas, so to speak. And you are now integrating and tempering both into your existence. It's almost like you were in that incubation stage with that time that I felt like you were crawling your way out, so to speak, metaphorically speaking. And now it's like you're being able to temper both of what you've learned, like the shadow and the light side of what you've learned, of how you can progress. And again, that's why it's unconventional. That's why people are not going to understand or guess or figure out, like, what the fuck, how did this happen? Like, where'd she come from? Where did they come from? Where did he come from? And then the catalyst, yeah. Look at this, radical changes taking control. I'm telling you, like, where did they come from? This is like a giant shift for you, Pal 3, like huge. And it's like, it's handled so gracefully, so tempered, like so poised, you know? And it feels almost like I said, the beginning of this catalyst energy that starts you on this trajectory. And I'm also getting here how this is like you end up becoming the catalyst for other people to follow their true calling or to follow and fight for what they want, to take control of their own life. In whatever way that is, small or big. We're not all looking after the label, you know? What you need to have is a happy life, which is a freaking smile on your face and in your heart. That's what's truly important in whatever way that is for you, regardless of what that might be. You know? That's freaking awesome. I love that, Pal 3. Okay, let's get your closing messages, my lovelies. So, words of wisdom. First set says to us, a letting go. I'm feeling that this letting go can either have to do with these past energies, but it's also of, I mean, this individual energy that I was feeling, that there might have been like this third party energy. There's something about that, whatever that healing thing is, just to let that go. And or it can also talk about like the mindset that you had been when it came to that survival mode. You know, you can let go of that mentality right now because things are truly on the up and up for you, my loves. Like, I really strongly feel that. And then I love you. Yeah. Woo, this is like twofold here, my friend. It's like spirit saying I love you, but it's letting go of something. Like I was telling you, there's some sort of love energy over here in this past, or this what you need to, you know, prep for, so to speak, or what needs to be prepped for. And there's something about letting go of that, or, you know, saying I love you to it and just recognizing that it needs to be let go of. I'm not sure. You're going to have to use these energies how it applies. It says, of course you will make mistakes, but the biggest one would be not to try. You have nothing to lose. This thing you have been thinking about for a long time, just go for it. Better an oops than a what if. We were here to support you. There you go, my love. Better an oops than a what if. So if you're still feeling some lingering feelings and you feel like you need to say something, then say something. You know, and if it's just I love you, I'm letting go of this, then say it. You know, like, again, it's better of a what if. And or if it's just the situation is just reminding yourself, we've all made those mistakes in the past. Let go of this. We still love you and we're supporting you. Let's keep moving, you know? All right, next set of wisdoms. We have an adventure. Beautiful. That's exactly what you need. That's exactly what you're on right now, my friend. That's totally what you're on. Absolutely a freaking adventure. Friday, freedom reigns. I'm taking this as, for you, obviously, weekends might be really significant for you to make sure that you find some time to really decompress, because it does feel like you're going to be really busy. So I think that they're asking you just to make sure that you're infusing some time for yourself. And I mean, like, that can be fun or relaxation. That's all dependent on you, because it does feel like things are going to pick up hella fast, and that you're going to be able to, like, sort of ride this momentum. And then it says, and no act of kindness is ever wasted. Some of the kindest people you will ever meet have been through hell and back themselves. That strengthens their compassion and empathy. If this is describing you, keep being the beautiful soul that you are. Exactly. Exactly. Just relax. No act of kindness is ever forgotten or ever wasted. You've done and are doing the best thing for yourself, my lovelies. And then a good memory, beautiful. That's what we're here to create, is beautiful memories. You know, a good memory after this adventure, or not after, as you're in this adventure. I think you're creating this really clear strength from within that is creating this, I'll never forget where I came from or what I did to get myself out of this funk or this shit or this whatever, how I was patient, or, you know, all the shit that I went through. It's gonna end up being like a beautiful story, you know? Then it says, yep, life lessons, making positive life choices, number 55, making a good memory, positive life choices. I'm telling you, no regrets, my friend, no regrets. So say something if this is the only area where it needs a small fix or repair. And then last message, the past is behind you. The past is behind you now, So drop the fears and doubts, even though you may feel a little uncomfortable at the moment and slightly anxious over what is coming next. You are being urged to bring yourself back to the present moment. Your recent prayers have been heard and are currently being worked on. See, my lovely, they are currently being worked on. You're already on that up and up. I'm telling you, Spirit has got you. The only thing that I'm feeling is this energy over here, that there's something that's still lingering from your past that still wants to be healed or to be really looked at again, and just to make sure we are very clear about what we're letting go of. And that doesn't have to mean that you love the thing or person any less. It just, this is how I can love you from afar. All right, my beautifuls, I hope that was helpful. I hope it gave you some insight or some new insight or perspective on what might be coming in for you. I am sending you so much love, and until next time, please keep watering your lives. Ciao.